How's it going, everybody? Blake here with Blake's Builds. Got the door open on the truck and got it lit up in there. I think today we're gonna pull the factory drive-by-wire throttle pedal and see what we need to do to get a drive-by cable pedal in there. I have seen where some people modify the original pedal by welding on like a little fork to catch the end of the throttle cable. Not a huge fan. I wouldn't mind finding one out of like a 99 to 02 Silverado that came with a drive-by cable throttle pedal, but we'll have to get here and see. And I also need to find a place to drill through the firewall. So I'm pretty sure it's not pre-drilled, but there is a flat where the throttle cable came through, and we're just gonna have to give a look at that. But anyways, let's get going. All right, first thing is I'm gonna pull this little kick panel down here. It's two 7mm bolts, like takes a 7mm socket. So let me get that pulled off there. All right, so I have the panel popped off here. You just kind of give her a yank, and you got to pull out on the dash bezel. You could take that off, but I didn't. Right now I can see it looks like two 10mm bolts. There's one right there, and there's one peeking right up there. Usually they do 3 points, you know, just 3 points of contact to make stuff sturdy, but that may be all I need to pull, so let me get it. Okay, so I was correct. There was only 2 bolts holding that on. And, man, you can't see anything, but let's see if I can get a little brighter light. You see that little circle back here? That little circle right there? That's a place in the firewall where I guess the throttle cable came through for the 99 to 02. So that's awesome. So that means I can drill right through that and put my throttle cable through. So let's see about doing that. Oh, right here, I think that's where the factory throttle cable came through if you had a 99 to 02. So I'm thinking we just put a hole right there, and we should be good. So this is the throttle cable I bought off eBay. It's a 36-inch. Just eyeballing it, it looks like it's gonna be perfect. You know, so I can route it up over the intake and everything, and we should be good. But first things first is I need to figure out what size I need to drill this and go from there. So I think I'm gonna drill it a 3/8. That looks to be about right. There's still plenty of room. There's still plenty of room for a flange, or for the nut and everything to capture it. So it should be good. A little 3/8. All right, got my little Milwaukee. Oh, no one put her on hammer. Not hammer time. We'll move my knuckle so when that goes through, it don't. Woo. There we go. And I didn't catch any wires that I see through the hole, so that's good. So, I'll just, yep, like that. Let's go in the truck and see what we did. All right, look at that. Pretty much right where we want it. Hard part is I got to get a nut on that and get it tightened. So I'll bring you back once I do that. All right, I got it secured. I got my extreme reach 13 millimeter. And that's how I was able to hold on to the nut or the cable from the backside while I was able to tighten it down. All right, so this is day 2 of my, swapping the pedals in. I got lucky. This, I could not find a pedal anywhere like eBay or nothing, This is a pedal out of a 2004 Chevy Silverado 1500 4.3 liter V6 manual transmission. Luckily, one of the scrap yards next to work had it in stock, or not in stock, but they had the truck, and I went in with a cut-off wheel and a Sawzall and lobbed that thing right off there. So now I got, pretty much everything I need. I'm going to have to take this and spin it 90 degrees just because the way the my aftermarket throttle cable mounts, but not a big deal. So I've had this scrap steel laying around, and my idea is it's the perfect width. Like, it's the perfect width for this plate. And I thought about cutting this pedal apart and, welding, or, cutting this up and welding it down. And I'm just not a huge fan of that. I kind of want to save, this if for some reason I ever want to switch back to, drive-by-wire, I can. So the best thing I can think is just to trace this thing out. That's the best thing I can think. Oh, of course I would do that. At least I can put it right back. There's that. There's that. And of course, this hole don't really matter. Or this line here. So there we go. So I actually have a rough design. I could leave this squared out, but I'm gonna just lob that off with the grinder, put my hole there, and that should be it for that. On the new throttle pedal, a lot of these raised up bosses, I don't know if you'd call it a boss, but anyways, it was mounted pretty much to the firewall, like a big bracket, kind of weird, instead of just 2 bolts holding on. I'm gonna take my cutoff wheel and I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna trim a lot of this up on it. So that way, when I go to, I'm gonna weld this on. So that way, when I go to weld this on, I can kind of get the hinge placement the same. If that makes sense. I mean, I know that makes sense to y'all. Yeah. So, I guess let's do it. All right. I've got everything cut. Halfway deburred. Halfway. And if you just lay that up there, it looks pretty good. I am very pleased with that. Beautiful. Now, what we need to do is get this set up. And the thing's gonna be this pedal's gonna be a little bit higher, I think, but I can work with that. All right. So what I'm gonna have to do. Oh yeah, beautiful. Alright. Got her tacked on there now. Everything's still free moving. If I set that up there, looks pretty dang good. Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to bend this once I get it in the truck. So you know, just that full pullback. Or I guess I could. I could drill and I could weld a nut to the back of this and use it like a set screw. That would actually work pretty well, I think. It'd be against the firewall, wouldn't it? Anyway, I might just bend this a little bit. I still got to bend this, so I'm pretty happy with that. Heck yeah. The welder I'm using is just it's a Eastwood MIG 135. It is gas, thank goodness, but it's I'm very happy with it. I've used this welder a lot. I bought it to remove broken exhaust manifold bolts when I did the headers, and it's been a great little welder since then. Ever since then. Cool. I accidentally cut through that when I was getting it out of the donor truck. Not a big deal. Beautiful. I am not a welder by any means. I am more of a grinder and a painter. You know, grind it and paint it and you'll never know. Or what's the saying? Grinder and paint make the welder what he ain't. Yeah. See, that's a welder what he ain't, right? Weld. Beautiful. Now. Yeah, that one ain't pretty either. But hey, nobody's gonna see this. Only the 12 people who watch my videos. And me. All right. Add one more right here. Well, maybe I should let's add a little something there. Beautiful. Now, one thing I did do is I covered up that hole. But nothing I can't drill through and fix. Right? Yeah. I'll just drill through it. Beautiful. So, here it is. Might just be up a little higher, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so there it is. I'm pretty happy with that. Really, all I need to do now is I need to actually twist this 180 degrees or 90 degrees, because the way the throttle meets up to it now, it's got like a little, I want to say a clevis. I guess that would be right. Just the rod that goes through. It's got like a yoke. It's just got the like the pin that goes through and clips in. I think that's what I need, which I need to make sure it's going to fit in that. And if it does, I'm probably just going to clamp on this in the vise, heat this up with my little torch, and just twist it around with a pair of adjustable wrench. So yeah. Okay, now I got a multi-directional pedal. Moment of truth. That is actually a really good fit. Oh, I'm very pleased with that fit. Very pleased. These things always scare me. Well, that was easy. There's one of them little E-clips holding it on so it can't come off. What? Go full throttle. It's a lot of travel. Of course, it's not going to travel that much. It's going to hit the floor. But anyways, I think we're ready to put this thing in the truck. See how it fits, right? So this is the monstrosity that I come up with. So underneath the dash is difference between the 03 drive-by-wire versus the 04 drive-by cable. For one, this was up in a different size. Of course, this could be because of how I welded a 1/4-inch plate to the bottom and worked from there. But it really ain't too bad. I would have done it a little differently. You know, it wouldn't hurt to take this and bend it up at a, you know, another 90 degrees, just so, you know, it's kind of got its deal, you know, where it can, it's got its pivot. I don't think it's going to matter because it's pretty much a straight pull. Ow, it is still hot. I just burnt myself. But anyway, that's pretty much my bracket. Could you do it differently? Yes. Did I do it with pretty much what I had on hand? You know, and I get from a scrapyard fairly easily? Yes. Am I proud of it? Yeah, kind of. I am kind of proud of this. But anyways, I just need to put it in now. Well, I got to put this on and then just got to put it in the truck. So this is the pedal. Let me move my socket out. So that's my pedal. And right up there. Ooh, I'm gonna have to trim that plastic. Yeah. That ain't no big deal. But yeah. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's going to wrap this video up. We got the throttle knocked out for the most part. I think I might have trimmed a little piece of plastic in there, but, you know, just pulling it up here, it feels really good. So, I don't know, but I'd just like to thank y'all for watching, and just remember, this is how I did it, not It may not be the best way. It may not be the easiest way. But this is what I decided to do. If I was going to do it again, would I have spent more money on the Terminator and a little bit more money on a throttle body? It would have been cleaner. It would have been a lot, you know, I wouldn't be fabricating my own stuff, which ain't a big deal. But, you know, I enjoy that aspect of, you know, the fabrication process. But it is what it is. But I'd probably buy just the drive-by-wire stuff just to get just to be cleaner. But anyways, if you're still around, please like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you hated, tell me what you loved. Just whatever. Yeah. God bless. Have a great night.